Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Sixpoint. This is DDH Cloudy IPA. This is Sixpoint's Puff Puff. So pretty much what they get was Puff, and they doubled the hops on that. And Puff is actually, the old version of Puff was actually one of the top viewed beers on my channel. And shout out to Shane, owner at Sixpoint, and he was very much instrumental in making that video quite special, sharing it all over the place. And I'm not actually quite sure who even watched all those videos to get that video to super high view counts, thousands and thousands, right? So thank you so much, Sixpoint. Certainly do make those Sixpoint can releases that do still happen at the brewery. So, and excited for their tap room to be opening, I believe, next year. So digging into this beer, first off, Puff, I don't believe look like this. This is, I guess, the adjustment with Eric Bockley. So another great gentleman that I got to meet at the Sixpoint releases. Eric Bockley was the head brewer at Trillium, and now he's head brewer at Sixpoint. And got some haze on this one. So this one is a 9.8%, almost a triple IPA, so DDH Cloudy. Smells great. The beer really has just like straight up New England. It's like that kind of medium to like gold color, full on like medium plus haze to it, not completely opaque. And then on the nose, yeah. What is that? It's got this like cotton candy, bubble gummy kind of thing on the nose. Almost a little bit treehousey. Actually, a little bit treehousey. It's got this like spritz of fresh mint and like winter green kind of quality to it. Yeah. But there is that kind of like juicy fruit thing dancing in here. Very treehousey. Almost like a little bit of overripe banana, which is that kind of juicy fruit thing I'm talking about, some mangoes. Pretty crazy, yeah. On the nose, I would have guessed this was a treehouse beer. Cheers. Oh, no. Yeah, this is 6 point beer. Okay. What makes it 6 pointy? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. It has just this general theme of what I've had from their take on hazy, their Hootie Hoo and their other hazy IPAs that I've tried at the brewery. It just tastes like one of those. By the way, this is not the freshest beer. I found this on the warm shelf, and this was canned about, let's say about a month and a half ago. Like less than that, but about that. So up front, get a little bit of that bubblegummy character, but it's actually quite different than Treehouse. It's sort of like a, how do I describe it? It's like cantaloupe. It's like cantaloupe bubblegum instead of like juicy fruit bubblegum, which is like sort of that kind of weird banana flavor. This is more melon forward. It's like, yeah, it's like jackfruit, some kind of like sweet melon note dancing in there. It's a hint of maybe a durian kind of thing going on. The booze is actually quite apparent. It's 9.8%. Not that it's a bad thing, but like I can sense it. So clearly it's 9.8%. I think I'm like reasonable at sensing alcohol. So yeah, clearly I would have guessed it's like a big beer. It's got a nice fleshiness to it. It plays around with like a little bit of nectarine. And it's just kind of like syrupy, sweet kind of like combination of like, that's what, you know what I had recently? Canned fruit. So like that kind of like satin syrup kind of like combination of like pears, those like really bright cherries, not even the real maraschinos, and that kind of just like fruit cocktail kind of mushed up kind of thing going on. But a little bit more tropical. So there's a peachiness and a little bit of mango thrown in there as well. Quite nice, but yeah, I mean, again, I have to really start thinking about whether I can trust this warm shelf anymore, because like I feel like this beer probably popped a little bit more if it was like kept cold, but it tastes great. I really don't get much sense of oxidation. So. That is a dangerous one. 9.8%. Yeah, I mean, this is great. If you can actually find this on your shelf, I mean, like the fact that you can find New England quality double IPA of this quality on the shelf is absolutely insane. You know, they've made a product that's shelf stable, whereas most people would have to actually go to a brewery directly to get it. And the fact that, this can be shipped. Sorry? This can be shipped. Yeah, so this is actually contract brewed. This is actually not brewed in Brooklyn. Is actually brewed at their contract brewery in Memphis, Tennessee. And the fact that they make New England double IPA this hazy, this shelf stable, able to last a month and a half. It is quite boozy though. So, I mean, it's whether like, is it too boozy for 9.8%, or it's there, you know, it's certainly noticeable. This from beer from me gets and it's got a nice creamy, kind of like light, kind of almost like weedy kind of texture to it. Not quite sure if it's adjuncted. Very good. It's got a little bit of almost like this chive spiciness that plays with the alcohol in the back end as well. Very, very good. This beer for me gets a 95. 96. Yeah, this is Puff Puff from Sixpoint. Absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend it. Get yourself some fresh Puff Puff. This is absolutely insane. Certainly one of the best New England style IPAs I found on the shelf. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.